Patients at Massy often arrive by truck, but they don't normally arrive all at once. For stud ram breeder Matt Holden, it's a big day.
Come on.
He's brought his most valuable rams into Massy to be CT scanned.
One of the key components of what we're doing today is to actually identify those animals that are actually producing more meat, and that's what the CT scan does.
First of all, we do a survey scan where the sheep moves through the scanner, so you can see it's moving through while the x-rays are happening, and this gives us a planning scan. So up comes a side-on, if you like, view of the sheep in the scanner. So I'm just programming into the computer where I want the scanner to scan.
A scan is then made through all 6 points, giving a detailed picture of each ram's attributes.
What we're looking for in these animals is we want them in a sort of a wedge shape, that they're not too strong in the shoulder, and then they're actually coming through and they're thicker from the loin through to the hind quarter. So what we're trying to do is actually put more meat through the whole carcass.
Then the meatiest men will get the most action with the ladies.
These are the muscles, or the meat, if you like. So they're looking at the ratio of that with the bone, with the rest of the animal.
It's all about genetics, but not all of these randy rams are happy about it.
We get the odd one that is pretty feisty, in which case we have to scan it a number of times before we get a still shot, but on the whole, they're pretty well behaved. I think having them fitting snugly into that cradle is key, so that they don't feel vulnerable.
But CT scans aren't cheap.
It is expensive to do, but actually when you look at it, how the information can sort of filter through to a lot more animals, I believe it's very cost effective.
Having an animal scanned is quite a substantial cost, but obviously the farmers think it's worth it for the gains that they're making genetically.
As a rule of thumb, a ram will mate 100 ewes, and if he's doing 3 or 4 matings, it's pretty good value. To put a financial figure on a ram like this, he'd be cheap at $2,000.
The scanning's gone well, but there's one bloke who's head and shoulders above the rest.
Does he stand out quite a lot from the others,
He does, and it's almost like he's got this extra muscle. It's that extra curve, which is basically showing more meat. And for us, this is the thing, it's just objective measurement, and it's just great stuff to work with.
After almost 4 hours of scanning, there's a lot of data to process.
It's pretty exciting stuff, and I believe it is cutting edge. You know, this is at the forefront of sheep breeding.
Matt will now head back to the farm to make his selections.
And 449. These are the pick of the crop, and it's pretty exciting actually when you're in this game to be able to put together a group of sheep like that, knowing with the information we've got here, we know how these guys are going to breed. And that's pretty exciting, and it's worth getting out of bed for in the morning. 90 and 449, their sire is 243 of 11, who was actually our top ranked terminal.